All right, ladies and gentlemen, what you're hearing in the background is The Hang Up with Matt Hillahunty and featuring Shannon Q tonight. I am watching it on my laptop as I'm getting the stream started. I still need to check out a few things and make sure the stream is online fully before we get started. So just give me a few minutes while I get that taken care of.
Having done shows long enough, I can tell the background.
I wonder if Sim is online. No Sim. Oh, Repsion's online on Twitch. What is up, Repsion? Oh.
So, let me talk for a couple minutes about skepticism and knowledge. Yes, the two tend to go hand in hand, however, it may not be as tightly intersected as you think. This was the point that James Randi tried to make with Project Alpha, is that when it comes to tests for something that's supernatural or paranormal, really want to get the experts in how we fool ourselves, and that's magicians, involved in this in order to help rule out any trickery. This was the Project Alpha was something that Randy put together with two young mentalists. I mentioned it briefly, and they sent them in to pretend that they could do these things. And they went in with specific instructions from Randy, which is if anybody asks you, are you faking this? You have to be honest and say yes right from the get-go. And this is something that I toss out in my show, my Magic and Skepticism show. Because I say that, and I, here, let me turn on show. And so Randy sent these gentlemen out to try to fool the scientists, and he did it with this very specific instruction, which is that if at any point anybody asks you if you're faking it, you have to come forward and say, yes, in fact, we are faking it, and here's the deal, and then the game is up. The problem is, about all the tests over all that time, nobody ever asked them. And from audiences, including skeptic audiences, it's like, ooh, how stupid of them to never ask. And as soon as they give that response, I'm like, why would they? If someone is in front of you and they're showing you that they can move things supposedly with their mind, why would you ever ask, are you faking it? Because if they're faking it, they're not going to just say, there's no reason to think they're going to say, yes, you got me, I was faking it the whole time. Because you're either you're engaged with someone who's trying to fool you, in which case there's no motivation for them to be honest about it, or you're the person who's ostensibly thinks they can do what they can do. And so you shouldn't mock the scientists there for never asking, are you faking it? But what we should point out is that throughout this entire experiment, the scientists were contacting Randy saying, hey, we've got these guys here who can do this and this and this. And Randy's like, well, have you tried this? Have you tried this? And he was giving them test protocols that would have foiled the very people they sent. And they were not strictly following the test protocol. One of them was don't let these two touch anything that's part of the experiment. So they would do that for a while. And, like, Anna would be sitting there going, well, I guess it's not working. There's a tag on there that's interfering, with my ability to do this. Can we take the tag off, reach out and do the tag off, do whatever manipulation he needs to give him access, and boom, all of a sudden, he's doing it again. And so don't be so hard on the people who didn't ask, are you faking it? That's human nature. Be hard on them for saying, hey, we'd like to test for this, and we have a potential expert in how we could do it. And yet, and it's partly because we did not pay attention to that expert. It's Randy's point. Now, there are tons of magicians that are skeptics. There are tons of magicians that are atheists and secularists. There is something important about once you learn how people do themselves and how to exploit that to do a magic trick. Should be, hopefully, or able to see when you are being fooled, when other people, when somebody's taking advantage of this. And this is where the debunking idea, Dini going out to show the psychics are frauds. But skepticism isn't about debunking. It's not about trying to disprove something. Skepticism is about trying to prove something and then either do it, failing to do it. That's why when somebody goes and applies for the James Randi Educational Foundation's $1 million prize, which is it's not something you can apply for now, when they fail publicly in front of everybody, they'll come up with excuses. They don't generally stop believing. And the bigger problem is that while you would think these would be the people who would be the biggest experts, exception, they also, you have this situation with Doug Henning. He's a Canadian magician, one of my favorites growing up. He was the wearing the tie-dye outfits and guitars and dancing around and being all hippy-dippy and didn't look like the top hat and coat. I don't know who I'm hearing, but so anyway, it was Doug Henning. Thought, and he got tied up in transcendental meditation and had an illness and thought that he could fly. Randy and I talked about this. If you video on YouTube of me and Randy sitting there having that conversation, Randy got a letter from Doug Henning shortly before his death, where Doug had convinced himself that he had learned the secret of actually flying. And if you watch the transcendental meditation advocates, what they're doing was not flying. They're doing is sitting cross-legged on the floor, bouncing. But Doug's dead. Doug, who was undeniably a huge force in magic, to update things, to make it modern, to draw in to where it wasn't stuffy. I mean, you can mark moments in the history of magic that are significant because of the people. And Doug Henning coming to prominence was one of them. David Copperfield coming to prominence was another one. David Blaine coming to prominence was another of them. Can know how people are still be fooled. The second you think that you're unlikely to be fooled, it's probably.
Sorry.
No, it's no problem. I just didn't know if I was hearing it from you or David or whatever else, but.
There's a small child fighting with a small cat. That was me.
Nathan's on the hang up with us from Yay. How you doing?
Oh, Matt, I'm doing well. Hey, hello. How are you both doing?
Good, thank you for asking.
All right, thanks.
This is I have to say, this is a great honor to be able to speak to you. So, Matt,
well, you'll get over it in a second. I was just saying you're going to get over it in a second. It'll be just like we're old friends, so go for it.
Oh, yeah. So, I tried calling last week, with regard to sort of kind of a near-death experience, like my appendix bursting, and I've been, an atheist probably since 2014. So, grew up in a Catholic home, and I really didn't start questioning. So, ironically, I guess the big breaking point was I was in church with my dad one day, and funny enough, I was wearing a beanie. My head, hair was all like messed up. I didn't wash it, and like he kept telling me to like take it off. That was kind of like the point where I was like, why would it doesn't make any sense? You know, like why would that be respectful? All-knowing, powerful being. And long and short of it, like that's kind of where that starting point into my atheism was, and then I guess my childhood grew up fearing death, like off and on, thinking about it, and I always had a comfort knowing that some kind of afterlife where I could. And after a while, like I got over that, and I was fine. I'm fine with the idea that there's something after. And after my operation back in June, I just started getting like triggered like I guess panic attacks shortly after there, and so I've just been just reverting back to that whole fear.
So, are you, sorry, I just knew you were going to talk about, but that's interesting to me because it sounds as though you had an experience that was traumatic to you and you're reverting to a place where you had some, albeit, I think even you and I would agree, false sense of existential security in order to retain that security again and alleviate the anxiety. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Kind of like, it's not even like, as the call screener probably told you, like, I grew up Catholic, but
Yeah.
it's not even like I'm, like, questioning, I'm, like, reverting back to, like, Catholicism, because, like,
Is it just the idea of an afterlife that you're reverting to? Like, are you just kind of attempting to retain some conceptualization of a life after death? Somehow?
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like, I can't believe in like a certain like denomination at this point because like my like everything that I've like learned since like becoming an atheist, like it's kind of like how Matt has described it, like doesn't choose to kind of just like that's where
I understand.
kind of takes him to.
Right, but what foundation? So you. One sec though, Nathan, because I have sorry, because I think I understand.
I'm sorry.
Because
Yeah,
it seems,
go ahead.
Yeah, because I think I understand that you're saying that you don't really feel like you have a foundation to believe that step anymore. Like you followed the logic and essentially like you looked into those stories and you can't believe them. But the idea of an afterlife maybe is something that you haven't been able to let go of yet, especially since you had a traumatic experience and maybe had a neurological experience that accompanied it that you can't otherwise explain. So. What foundation is it that you're using for this belief in an afterlife? Is it a logical or rational foundation, or is it an emotional foundation? Like, are you attempting to try to figure out a way to believe in an afterlife because you want to? Or do you believe in an afterlife because you have some sort of irrefutable evidence that tells you it is in fact the case?
So I think you're spot on with like where like kind of like where my thought process is going, and I think to answer the second part of that, I think more so like more of like emotional and feeling. I think I'm not like like and like something that like I guess a lot of people that grew up in just families like I guess empathize with like the idea that you can indoctrinate. That idea or that place that you could eternally spend time in, just to keep lingering.
So first of all, when you find yourself fearing hell, are you fearing the hell that you grew up believing in, or the hell from some other religion? And if you don't fear the hell from other religions, why not?
I mean, that is a good point. I guess, like, for me, it's like, in general, like, anything that I could, like, anything from my personal experience being alive that, like, that I could imagine being, I guess, like, eternally, like, I guess, like, painful or damning from my own experience, like, is a
But,
possibility.
I mean, you imagining... imagining something's independent. The point that I was trying to make is, you don't tend to be afraid. None of us tend to be afraid about things that we haven't heard about, considered. And if you
Right.
focus on the religious afterlife that you were brought up, the only reason that you have to prioritize it, it's not like there's more evidence for the afterlife you grew up with than all the that you're not worried about.
Yeah.
So if that's the case,
No.
and then it seems like me, and it's a great thing that Shannon's here, because what we're talking about is, and I apologize for putting it this way, especially as a layman, but this is the result of the psychological damage done to people when you indoctrinate them with a particular notion of hell. It's so much so that you can give up your beliefs in all of it and go on about your life, and yet this nagging thing is still in the back of your head because somebody, when you were a child, decided to poison your brain with something that could potentially terrify you forever without any reason to be terrified at all.
Yeah, and fear response centers in your brain are the easiest to automate also, and they activate a lot of neural pathways to reasoning centers in order to enact behavior. So like your amygdala is like this little organ that's like in the middle of your brain, and if you have a fear response, it activates, and when it activates, a lot of what we would see as reason kind of shuts down. You're no longer making like calculated logical responses when your fear response centers are activated, because your fear response centers are attached to your adrenal system so that you can go into fight or flight mode in whatever degree that means. That doesn't always mean immediate danger, but your brain can kind of read it like that. So you're not going through calculated reasoning when that happens. You're going towards sort of emotional reasoning, and when it comes to retaining like your thoughts and beliefs, you're going to that may have been comforting. So if you're initially were trained, you should fear hell, but don't worry, the comfort that you have is that there's also a heaven. Still retaining that fear of hell is really deeply entrenched neurologically, and subsequently your brain has taught itself that in order to alleviate that anxiolytic, you're going to turn to this comforting concept of heaven, because that will quell that anxiety so that you can go back to a state of stasis. It takes a lot of training. People don't realize that it takes a lot of brain training to get out of that. Like, you need to be able to like talk yourself through it rationally, which is incredibly difficult, but you're taking steps to do that right now. I mean, you called us, and we're not easy people to talk to about these sorts of things. So that's a good step. It tells me that you want to think logically and recognize that you are doing so emotionally, and you want to kind of figure out whether or not that's a good idea and how to counter it so that you can be sure about what you're thinking. And those are good things.
I'd recommend reaching out to the Psychotherapist Project in particular.
Yes.
I know not everybody's on board with it. Not even every secular therapist is on board with it. But Dr. Marlene has coined a phrase called religious trauma syndrome to specifically address things like the concerns you're expressing. That essentially it's the psychological damage done to people, indoctrinated with religious beliefs. But at a minimum, talking with a psychotherapist about how you're feeling and what you can and can't do. What's the best way for you to go forward without this fear, or by minimizing baggage and impact that this fear has on you? And while Shannon is certainly going to be able to give you better thoughts and advice on that than I am, finding yourself support within like the Psychotherapist Network, probably about the best thing you can do. And since the call, and I'm just going to address this really quick, decide who's hanging up on whom. But the call kind of addressed this as if you're toying with the idea of reconverting to Catholicism. Is that even a realistic possibility? Is there? Sure, you could go act like you believe, but in the absence of actual belief, what is it that would be? What would you be doing reconverting Catholicism as a non-believer?
I mean, I suppose you're right on that, and like I feel like in the event that I do start praying and going to church again, like it would be an act, and if that were the case, that God were real, then it would be through that. So, like, inevitably, it's like pointless anyway. Yes, because like I truly, like I cannot after like having like doing a lot of like, you know, thinking on my beliefs, like listening to and other, you know, like it's not rational to me yet, like still because of my
so that doesn't matter.
You know,
That doesn't matter, Nathan, because at this point your brain, and I'm not an expert, but at this point your brain isn't looking for rational. Your brain's looking for comfort because you're dealing with fear. And the thing that eased the fear is, as Shannon was pointing out, is no longer there. You don't have the thing that eased the fear. Yet the fear was never actually removed. And so that's why I'm saying, you know, hey, you're not afraid of other people's hell, not afraid of other religions' hell. And so that is probably the best way of thinking of this I can, or that I can give anyone. Is to say, hey, you have a fear, you recognize it's an irrational fear, you don't believe in the source of it, and yet it still nags at you. And maybe it's not so much that a purely rational course of action is going to immediately be beneficial. There are rational things you can ask yourself, like, why am I not afraid of some other religion's hell? And that, over time, and hopefully, and it has for others, ease that fear to where now, instead of having a fear that stays with you, that you're looking for comfort, just gradually fades away. It's not an issue, and it's going to take everybody a different amount of time.
Yeah, and just not believing anymore doesn't, like, just no longer being able to believe in God doesn't hit the reset button on your brain. Right?
I'll tell you this, here's a perfect example. I've never been bungee jumping. I could stand out there, get in a harness, I could inspect the harness, I could look at the various bungee things, I could do all the math, I could get a second opinion, a third opinion, to the point where bungee jumping is clearly, on paper, the safest thing that, you know, as safe as possible. And I'm still not fucking stepping off a bridge with a bunch of rubber bands on me. It doesn't matter to me that the science is there. I don't want to do that. I don't feel the need to put that science to the test. But I'm not like crippled in fear. But if I'm standing up there and looking down, I'm probably not going to jump out of a perfectly good airplane, though. I'd kind of like to. I kind of wish I could. And I think that maybe once you get that high, I think there's a sweet spot where, like, I'm not afraid of heights until we get this high. And then as soon as we get considerably higher, all of a sudden I'm not afraid of that height anymore. It's like I could be in space and I'm high. High up. I'm sorry. Correct that. But anyway, don't beat yourself up over that you had no say in. And all you can do is continue to remind yourself that you have no good reason to believe this is true. Seek out the best help you can. And try to train your rational mind to overcome the lizard brain. And do it with the understanding that it's not always going to work. I still get queasy. I'm up in a tall building forward on a window. Where's Bueller? Oh wait, I'm referencing a movie that's way older.
Ferris Bueller is like around my time. So.
Sweet. All right, who's hanging up on whom? Nathan, you gonna hang up on me now?
I'm gonna hang up on you, Matt. I want to say thank you guys for my call, talking to me, and I hope to talk to you sometime. An inspiration, but also you are fucking done. Goodbye.
I love it.
Much appreciated. We've got two more callers I want to get to before we start digging in on super chats,
Cool.
and they're both. Well, this one is especially relevant. We have Julie. You are on with Shannon and Matt. How are you? And thanks for calling.
Hi, Julie.
Hi. Hey, guys. Yeah, Matt knows who I am because I'm always trolling his Facebook page.
I do
no one knows
now.
I'm done. But
I do now, and now I know who's hanging up on whom. I already know.
yeah. I mean, it's not even a discussion. It's obvious.
Yeah. So as soon as we get to that point, I'll let you know. But go ahead.
Don't tell me, no spoilers.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to comment on the conversation you guys had a little while ago about autism. I am on the spectrum, or you said non-neurotypical, like can include any number of things like nonverbal learning disability and ADD and things like that.
For sure. Yep.
I thought it was a
Oh, I was just
We're
agreeing with you
agreeing.
verbally. Yeah, that's just verbal agreement. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a great conversation that you had, and Shannon, I'm especially glad with some of the stuff that you said. I think there are definitely some misunderstandings and, like, that really cleared up. Like, Matt, for example, when you talked about email bombing you, like, hundreds of messages a day, that, from what I understand, is fairly difficult. People in the spectrum, I did it when I was a teenager. Thing is, I mean, I get that you're getting thousands of emails a day and you just have to discard some of them, but, like, thing is, we need people to be direct with us. Like, I mean, I still struggle, like, okay, that person not answering, trying to tell me something, or because he just got distracted. And, like, I mean, at the risk of offering unsolicited advice, which is what I guess I'm doing, like, I would say that it's probably better to, like, end one response saying, like, glad you like the show, but, you know, I'm getting a million of emails a day, I really don't have time for this. And after that, I think he's telling you, stop. And also, like, you were saying that, like, no, have an idea when someone's not neurotypical. I mean, that's very possible that you do. I can tell you that when I meet someone, typically if it's a guy on the spectrum, I usually know in about 10 seconds. There have been several times when people have called the atheist experience and they say they were on the spectrum, but I was damn sure that they were. And I also, like, the problem is it's very male. Like, women tend to present more differently. Like, we tend to, like, for me, I've always been very sarcastic. I've never had, like, sensory, like, where somebody, a Walmart or whatever, gets upset and, like, oh, this alarm went off and whatever. I do want to comment on, like, what Shannon said about, you know, how the best thing to get them out of the situation and say, hey, you know, I want to talk about this. Because when I was growing up in the 90s, first of all, there was no, like, autism meant brain back then, so I wasn't even diagnosed. Like, a lot of times there were a lot of that I did that were, well, like, including my own parents, thinking that I was throwing a temper tantrum for not getting my way, when the reality was I was frustrated because I didn't understand where I was coming from. And while I don't know how often, like, the mask thing happens with people on the spectrum, I suspect it's a lot less than the woke crowd wants us to think. Because I have called people out here in Austin, Quincy, for not wearing a mask, and then I posted that on Facebook, and people were like, oh, well, they might have a disability, and, you know, not every disability is visible. And I'm like, yeah, and I know absolutely nothing about that. So, where is he going with this?
Yeah, because you mentioned when I was, no, it's absolutely okay. This is valuable insight. I appreciate you calling in. Your perspective is valuable for me. So, well, I want to make sure. Right, go ahead. I want to interrupt you.
Yeah, and it's also very frustrating, like, when, and I've actually seen this, like, in, you know, forums where, like, I'll step in and say, well, is it possible that that person is on the spectrum? And the very same people are, like, virtue, like, I mean, the term that unfortunately the right has co-opted, but it does have its place, like, about how woke
how
they
dare
are.
we
Like,
signal that we're actually... it annoys me that, like, someone could be virtuous and point out that they're being virtuous, and then they're like, that's a terrible thing for you. What they're really, you know, what they're objecting to is fake virtue. And I don't see that. I see people genuinely trying to be good and then getting shit on for it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what I'm talking about specifically is the very same people that are like, trying to show, you know, just how progressive they are. It's like, as soon as they step in and say, well, what is it possible that this person was on the spectrum? What this person did sounds very familiar to me. And they'll say, that person's a fucking adult. You should have to explain it to them. And it's like, well...
Yeah, people
No,
just, I think
think-
this is why, great. This is one of the reasons that I'm glad that you called in, because I think so many people have, like, mental health is so stigmatized, and people conflate it
Yeah.
with so many things. But on the flip side of that, people are very quick to sit in their computer chairs or on their couches with their phones and diagnose people when they have absolutely utterly no qualification or idea of pathology, because they also, while stigmatizing mental health, weaponize mental health and aren't interested in listening to
Yeah.
people actually talk about how they experience these psychiatric disorders and how they experience being non-neurotypical and how they experience being on the spectrum, and are not listening to their voices about how the representation and how their life experience is being used as a pejorative in order to say that person bad. Like, every time I hear somebody say, oh, that's pretty autistic, I want to punch a wall. I really,
Yeah.
really want to punch a wall, because it's so weaponized all the time. And you mentioned that what I said about removing from the situation, I just want to make sure that I'm clear that I didn't mean forcefully. I meant to ask the person if they wanted to, because that was going to indicate whether or not they were
I knew exactly
overstimulated.
what you meant, and I was like
Okay.
cheering, you know, not literally cheering, but I mean, it was always better when people just listened instead of being like, oh, you know, old or however old I was when this happened, and you're acting like a 2-year-old, and it's like, well, 2-year-old isn't having these complex thoughts that are resulting in, it's what we call a meltdown of autism, to differentiate between like a 3-year-old throwing a temper tantrum for not getting their way. It's a very different scenario.
Yeah, so many of our interactions with people are predicated on assumptions that we have about why, like ignorant assumptions about why they are behaving in the manner that we're observing. So we just assume that we've seen somebody previously behave in this manner. We kind of have a general idea about why they behave that way. So we can make a reasonable assertion that this other person is behaving this way as well. And this is why, like, talking about the Karen compilations earlier is valuable, because then we create patterns in media where we represent it as though this is consistently the way. When you see somebody behave this way, you can now operate under the assumption, because we've presented it to you with this framing, that this is likely the case. And then people are going to have a bunch of crappy interactions, because they're told that anybody who engages in this type of behavior is engaging this type of behavior for X reason. They're an entitled asshole. So they're not going to approach that situation with an eye towards de-escalation and empathy. They're going to approach that situation in rage, because they're assuming that's a person that they're not going to like because they're a bad person, because of the framing that's been put in front of them. And then that predicates polarization, like it's stigmatization. People just need to be a lot more careful about how they interact with everybody in general. And I think one of the main steps towards doing that is destigmatization of mental health disorders, and more conversations like this. So I appreciate you calling in. It's really valuable. I'm glad that I feel as though I'm not doing wrong by people who aren't neurotypical. So thank you. That means a lot to me.
It's time,
Yeah,
Julie.
I just want to make
It's time, Julie.
Okay, can I just say one more thing real quickly?
Of course.
Yeah, what I meant by virtue signaling, I mean people who are like honestly, really, thinking about these issues. I'm talking about like keyboard warriors who just like,
Gotcha.
just say all these things, and then you confront them with something that's real, that they're like, oh, it's a fucking adult, I shouldn't have to tell them that.
Yeah, no, I understood and I agree.
We're on the same page. All right, Julie, it's time. But I'm on the edge of my seat. I want to know who's hanging up on who.
Oh, dear. Anybody who watched my interaction with Mountain Space knows what the answer is.
Well, assuming.
Yes, Matt, you gotta come with me. Ha ha ha, oh, no, you're done. Do
There
it.
you go. Goodbye, thank you. No, you're done. All right.
That's great.
Julie says, no,
Julie.
you're done more than I ever have. And I love that.
That's
but
great.
all right, so last call for today, and then we'll get to super chats to wrap this up. Andrew has been on hold for a while here, and welcome. You're on with Shannon and Matt.
Hi, guys.
So for starters, I want to thank you, Matt. I spoke to you and Aaron Raw about years ago when I first came out to my parents as an atheist. And you guys gave me some advice about maintaining my relationship.
I'll interrupt here. Just to remind everybody that it's pronounced Aaron. It's not Aaron. It's Aaron. Don't worry, I've corrected people for 15 years probably on that, and so is he. So.
So you and Aaron gave me some advice about how to deal with my parents when I'm coming out as an atheist to them.
Was it helpful?
It helped me to. It helped me maintain my relationship with them for at least a little bit longer, which ended up being super important because a year later, my mother passed away. Let me be part of the family still.
I'm glad that was useful, and I'm glad you got to enjoy as much as you could that last year with your mom. How can we help today?
Anyway, so the reason I wanted to call in was, especially over this last year, I've had issues with people in my life outside of religion to do with skepticism. So a really good example is with the situations around the George Floyd murder. When everything kind of first started popping off and people were burning down like liquor stores and one police building. Like my reaction to that was to tell everybody like, hey, we need to pull back and, not jump to conclusions about who started what. And people started jumping down my throat saying that I needed to be supporting community, and these people were burning down these buildings because they were taking back their community, all these things. And then it came out, 2 weeks later that it was actually some, grifter, bad actor that was just using it as an excuse to cause trouble.
Sure.
Kind of hampering my relationships with people where they kind of think I'm playing devil's advocate or just disagreeing to
Well, it's one thing to disagree. It's one thing to say, you're wrong, and here's why. It's another thing to say, I'm not convinced you're right. Is there more information to convince? And you have to remember that in a situation like this, you're getting information second or third hand, and they are getting information second or third hand. You may not be getting it from the same sources. We may not know what the truth is. And you have something like the 8 minutes and 46 seconds that the world got to watch a man die. I denounce violence and property destruction, and unequivocally, if you're rioting to the point of destroying property, which technically you own because it's public property, I mean, that's kind of boneheaded. I understand that, if you're working towards a better solution, that's great. But it is always reasonable for us to try to act as measured as possible. Now, when you're talking to people who are rioting, and in particular people who are rioting because they empathize with being killed ostensibly by the authorities in situations where our rights aren't equal. Go out on YouTube and watch every one of these First Amendment auditing pricks who are absolutely correct about what their First Amendment rights are. You watch them, they're just sitting around being a dick. I'm just going to stand here in front of this building, I'm going to film, and I'm going to call out all the people who are like, why are you here filming? None of your business. Well, it's true, it's none of their business, but curiosity is normal. And it seems bizarre to people that anyone, any reasonable, intelligent person would stand out in front of, on a city street and just record a post office. And your only point in doing that, you think that these individuals are, let me educate you on what your First Amendment rights are and all this stuff. The truth is, You didn't necessarily need an education on that right, because that's a right that only a prick would ever implement. I'm just going to sit here and smugly film everybody who walks by just so I can let them know that I have the right to smugly film them as they walk by. It reminds me very much of the smug little pedantic douche nozzles. I want to point out that the word niggardly, Niggardly, is from a completely different origin, so I get to say that word. It's not the same thing. What are you getting upset about? It's not the same thing. It may sound. That's the level of douchiness.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
That is exactly what it is. Thank you. Thank you. It's I'm not touching you. And so recognizing that you may be dealing with some people who are in that category, being right about the pedantic portion of it may be irrelevant. And so the best thing to do is to say, is maybe not get into it with the people who are in a reactionary mind space, and instead work towards having a future conversation with them when they're not reactionary, when the world isn't on fire, and people that they love aren't being killed. And it really is a measure of, trust me, I of all people know that being right is not necessarily enough in every situation, and you just got to kind of come to grips with it. On that note, Andrew, I'm out of time. I got to get to the super chat stuff. I apologize that we had such a short conversation after a decade. Thought it was useful before.
Oh no, I still appreciate it.
So you gonna hang up on me now?
I would if I were you.
Well, unfortunately, Matt, you're done.
Thank you.
Yay.
I'm done being done.
People roam around America filming people on purpose, like,
Yes.
so people really do that?
Yes. And they have
Okay.
hundreds of thousands of views and subscribers.
Just think-
The thing is, the
I
point
know.
that
What
they're
are-
making, is in fact important. People should know what their rights are and that they can travel around, and that just because, so like, especially now, it would be good if maybe some reasonable, sensible people on the left are showing people what their rights are, if there are any reasonable, sensible people left on the left. But to point out, because I think there's a lot of on all sides, but to say, you know what, when the Proud Boys reach out and grab the rear tire of your bicycle and start to ask you why you're biking through, it's very important for those people, the Proud Boys that were doing that, and I've watched video footage of them doing it. They're not government officials at all. And in the United States, you have what they're doing may be in fact be a felony. It may be in fact also prison it by them grabbing your bike tire and stopping it. I don't have to answer questions. I don't even have to answer questions to police officers unless they're going to detain me as part of an investigation. If I'm walking down the street and a cop's just like, "What's your name? Show me your ID." Go fuck yourself. However, the only people you see doing this, generally speaking, tend to be white douche nozzles. Because
Because they have the privilege of knowing that they're not going to get taken down for being an asshole to a cop.
yes, they're you know, and with the camera, all of a sudden things change. But I want to get to the super chats today, in part because we promised you, and in part because it's fun, and in part because I love the people supporting all this. Sheridan Bernasconi says, "Rest in peace, James Randi." Thank you very much. The kind words. I can't speak enough that as a person, it's flawed like anybody else. I mean, he came from Canada. I'd expect it.
Woo! We're the best.
But yeah,
Big fan.
it was a very part of my life. Thank you so much for the donation, and Sheridan, appreciate it. Metarite. Recently, a teacher was beheaded in my country for showing caricatures of the prophet to his young students. The people who harassed him online responsible in any way. Harassed him online.
Well, the full story happened in France.
Yeah. So I got into an argument with a mom with like 1 million followers on Facebook. Because he tried to.
I was sitting here just staring at my ugly mug.
Oh, well, yes, this happened. It's terrible. No.
I'm gonna finish listening to this.
France and Algiers and what they've done here and what they've done there, and I was just like, no, stop. So the people who harassed him online, I'm not sure what you're asking, because
Like, did they, like, rile up people into, like, a fury? Is that what person's getting it. I just don't know enough of the story.
Yeah,
to infer.
I didn't hear about people harassing. I'm assuming that they're talking about the student who crime had also been harassed online. And are those harassers responsible? And my answer is no. You are responsible for the actions you take. There is not a single thing that I could do to somebody that would ever make it my fault they went and chopped somebody's head off. The one exception to that might be if I was in a position of authority over them and I said, go chop somebody's head off. Outside of that, I can't be responsible just because somebody was... I never wanted to draw Muhammad in my entire life until Muslims told me I couldn't. When Muslims told me that I had to kowtow to their laws and I couldn't draw Muhammad, I instantly drew Muhammad. I've only done it the 1 year, so I don't need to redraw it. I can just put up the same picture. But I'm happy to say, fuck Islam, fuck the Quran, fuck anybody who wants to tell me I can't do this or draw that. And there's no excuse for someone being beheaded. It's just, yeah, now granted, people who are harassing that student online ahead of time, that is in fact a problem. And it's something we should address, but it's not anything that diminishes what that person. From MEM 4999, thank you so much. And I think that James made it that you have the courage and tenacity to carry on the honorable task of unveiling the truth. Much respect to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. It's one of the highlights of my life, the day that he quoted me. We didn't know each other at all. And basically he just quoted me, paraphrasing him. And yet it was one of the best days of my life. From Sam Sullivan, death penalty. If you were sentenced to death, which of the following methods would you choose? Injection, firing squad, hangman's noose, guillotine, or crucifixion? I don't know, Shannon, if you were sentenced to death, which one would you pick? Guillotine? I think I'd pick lethal injection.
Really?
It depends. I've seen lethal injection that looks like it's incredibly painful, and I've seen others where it may not be.
Anybody ever had a lethal injection and been hooked up to an MRI or something? See if pain centers are activating. They might be cognizant of, even though they don't display any physical. Like the guillotine's done. That's it.
Yeah, you may be right. I might prefer guillotine, but if the lethal injection were done right, like, so my very good friend Ed Brayton decided to end his life, incredible suffering. In the last couple of months, and I messaged him just before it happened to let him know that I supported his decision and his right to die, that I miss him terribly. And he went out essentially through, was administrative by a medical person. That's the way my brain likes to look at lethal injection, as if it's going to sleep and just not waking up. And so I would lean towards lethal injection if it were that way, also because there's less mess to clean up. I don't want to leave a mess, so guillotine thing, somebody's got to pick up my head, somebody's got to pick up my body, they got to mop up the mess. I think I'd rather have the absence of pain, something, rather not a hassle. So,
The rest of them are hard no's for me. Just
yeah,
hard no.
There's no way.
Hard no. Yeah.
No firing squad, no hangman, no crucifixion. Jesse Shadle. And I apologize, I probably mispronounced that as well. You just what?
I just said hi, Jesse.
Hi. Thanks so much for including ASD people in the subject, Shannon. Even with greater acceptance these days, it seems like we often get looked at conversations about mental health. I'm probably as bad about that as anybody, which is one of the reasons why Shannon and I... And, it's the same thing with Hector Garcia, and there are a number of other people who have an expertise in psychology that I'm going to be leveraging. I mentioned I was going to have a medical doctor friend of mine on. That hasn't happened yet because I changed what I was hung up on. I was hung up on mask holes, and I wanted to get somebody to come in and talk about science. And so my friend Angie is an ER doc, and I still want to get that video portion done. But I want to get Shannon on because everything's better when Shannon's here.
I'm supposed to ruin it. You're telling me that I failed?
Yes, you're
There's
an
still
epic
time.
fail.
I can still completely destroy this show. Wait a minute. I'll find. Where's my cat? She
Bring it
brings
on.
everything.
Bring it on, sister.
I can do it.
Sister Verdant Hair Devon.
I don't. Your old people songs don't affect me, Matt.
I can't wait for you to listen to it because I think you'll like it. But Joe Joyner says, "Rest in peace, James Randy." Thank you. I appreciate that. The donations related to Randy. I learned it from Penn's tweet, and immediately somebody was like, "Hey, Randy, want me to ask, is this for real? How do we know this is for real?" And I'm like, I don't know Penn extremely, but as soon as he posted it, I knew it's true. That's not the sort of thing I think Penn would actually joke about. From Cell, hey there, what are your thoughts about a Trump supporter, dead brother, he is up in heaven asking God what is up with the Biden support? Okay, I have to picture the actual people so I can get the relationship, but I mean, there's a person you know, brother is dead, and his brother's in heaven asking God what's up with the Biden support. My past would put me in a position where I'm going to have the discussion about what on earth makes you think there's a heaven, and why on earth do you think your brother's there? And if he's
How
in
do you have
heaven,
access? That's a
go
lot
ahead.
for me to take in. How do you have access to what your brother is discussing with God
yeah.
in
I mean,
heaven? There's a
If
lot
I was
of.
in heaven, I don't think I'd give a shit about running for office.
I don't. There's a lot here. What I think is that if you have access to a brother who's no longer alive and can discern what his conversations are, God, you should go and have a conversation with a therapist or counselor just to make sure that you're doing okay.
Yeah, and
Work that through.
until that person gets an answer from their brother or God, it's a moot point. Might as well be talking about what do you think Voldemort thinks about. So yeah, that's bizarre. Jason Hop, when talking with Thea's friend, he accused me of using earthly logic. That sounds stupid.
What is that?
Okay, this is going to be so fun because Shannon couldn't stop from busting out laughing, and I had to pause because this line says that sounds inherently stupid to me. I wanted to say it sounds inherently stupid to me too. But he has shown legit theologians making the same claim word how to respond. Well, all those theologians are also stupid, or advocating for something stupid. They may not be stupid as individuals. I would prefer to look at things saying this is a stupid idea rather than a stupid person, because we're all stupid. We've all thought it's stupid. We all make mistakes. But I'm not aware of any logic other than earthly logic or the logic of the material world. And I don't know how somebody could demonstrate that some other logic exists or why we should prioritize it. So I would ask them, you're talking about some sort of reasoning that I don't see any efficacy for. Here's your demonstration that your non-earthly logic should be preferred logic that we know works. I don't know how you demonstrate that without appealing to logic. Matter of fact, logic is just logic.
Switch to
There's no-
Jupiter logic, Mars logic for a bit. See if that.
It's you know, that logic is something where it doesn't need an adjective to say, oh, there's earthly logic and male logic, womanly logic, and Christian logic, and no. It's just fucking logic. Something's either true or it's not. It's an identity, non-contradiction, exclusion. All right, next up. Tony Hunter says, hey, Matt, I'm a candidate running for local office. I'm running my campaign trying to make it about policy and not me, so I don't speak about myself. Is knowing a candidate important or just policy?
If you want to sway people's votes, developing at the very least a form of parasocial relationship with them is a proven way to elicit those votes. Most people, unfortunately, but this is demonstrably the case, don't read the party's platforms, period, full stop. And this isn't just in the United States, this is everywhere. People don't read the platforms. People develop an impression of the person by watching them speak, watching them interact, and feeling as though they know who the general idea of that person is. They form a positive affect parasocial relationship. So I would say if you are attempting to elicit votes, then yeah, but you should focus on policy because that's what's the most important. You'd need to find a balance between focus on policy, but also find a way to communicate the fact that you're focusing on policy in a manner that causes people to become drawn to what you're saying and invested in you as a person. My cat is trying to destroy these lights. I'm going to ruin the show. It's happening.
Sorry, I can't see you at all. Also, I make it a point not to disagree with Anna too often because she's usually right. I can tell you that while I don't think I am a typical voter, I think most people in the United States who vote little to no research on anything. I think the overwhelming majority of people walk up to the poll, they're going to vote based on whether or not there's a D or an R after. I think that's going to happen with most people, especially when we're talking about local offices, because so first of all, I supported Elizabeth, and I supported her because she was coming out with actual policies. Like when everybody else was focused on themselves or why they're a better candidate, Warren was coming out with policies, and I loved that. And so I'm the kind of person that's like, if you tell me what policies you're thinking of and what you're planning to do and how you want to change things, that's going to go longer, further to get and I've voted over many different years for people with a D after name, people with an R after the name, people with an L after their name, people with a G after their name, people with no determination after their name. But I've also walked in to vote, as I did this year. The only mistake that I made this year is there were 2 resolutions on the ballot, and I forgot. I looked at them a couple weeks ahead of time, but I forgot which one I wanted to vote yes for and which one I didn't, and they were very similar. And I could have possibly screwed it up. But other than that, I have a weird system, and it's probably something I shouldn't tell anybody. Because what ends up happening is I look at the recommendations from a couple of different websites as to who I should vote for. Because it's unlikely I'm ever actually going to. And then I jot down my list of who I'm generally speaking. Like this year, basically I voted anybody who I wasn't familiar with their name. If they were a Democrat, if they were blue, I just went that way. I only had 3. Or a couple where it was also, there were no party listed after anybody's name, and I didn't know who any of them. And I could have just not voted, but I have a way of getting, whoops, sorry.
You're ruining the show.
I'm ruining the show because my phone. Anyway,
Maybe that was me calling you.
I have ways of sorting it out. You, Tony, I think I'm going to Shannon, but it's a mix. You need to get name awareness and a recognition. But the big deal is that the people who are going to vote for you because of whatever party you're associated with, that's going to happen irrespective of policy or name. And so now you're just like, let me get those other marginal voters. I think it's a combination of both. I think they want to vote for somebody who they genuinely like and consider to be a good person and who has policies they.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get through some more of these super chats from Donuts. Hey, Fergalberg. It's the funniest thing I've heard you say. Just wanted to hear it again. Please buy a pizza with my European monies. I will use your European monies, and I will say Fergal Minergalbergle. Pretty much whenever you want.
What is happening? Okay. All right. Okay.
Fergalbergle Minergalbergle is a made-up name.
It is. It sounded so legitimate. I was about to bring up the dictionary.
Hang on. Let me go to Wikipedia here because evidently I missed
Fergalbergle.
Minergalbergle.
Oh yeah, I know that word. Oh,
I mentioned on the show a few times. It actually started during the discussion that Beth and I were having about something. I needed a made-up name. Fergalbergle Minergalbergle.
That's a good one. That's creative.
I love it. Thank you, Donuts. I will definitely get some pizza. Aaron Walsh, love both you guys. What do you think about the NASA spacecraft that landed on the asteroid 200 miles away? Go humanity.
What? I didn't know that happened.
Hear about that at all.
That happened. That's freaking awesome.
What we think is that if it happened, it's freaking awesome. You just heard Shannon say so.
Also,
the producer's saying he's pretty sure it was China, so guess I'll go look up on it. In any case, cool.
That's awesome.
From Maximilian. Yes, by the way, Max, I did get your email. I apologize that I haven't responded yet. There's a lot going on. I appreciate the email and the thoughts in there. I do plan to reply quickly, and I am genuinely happy that concerned and thoughtful enough to write me, so I do want to get back to you. But what Max said was, thank you both for another great show.
All right.
All right.
Please do really bad on this run so I can listen to Rage.
Why?
Please, if I could do. Because I get joy out of people's misery. Oh,
I mean, I need to get out of my house. People keep traveling here to me when I invite them places, and then they come and see Pile de la Farca, and I don't like it.
All right. I'm gonna head over to Hellross since that's where we're gonna run, and you've got it on vet, so I'm heading over.
Is it already on vet? Cause
yeah, it's on vet.
Okay.
It's on vet.
Oh, I sent you an invite.
I thought he was already in the group.
No. Oh, there's Tracer. He must have been switching.
Look at all these people showing up to help Stella. Look at
6,
that.
8, 10, 11, and that's 12. No, it's not.
Oh.
4, 6, 8, 10. We just need 2 more. I don't know what we have. I don't know what we're doing.
8, 9, 10, 11. We need one more.
Yeah, but do we have another healer?
I have no idea. I don't know who's doing what.
Base Melter, are you actually on a healer or no? It doesn't look like you're on a healer. It looks like you're on a Sork.
Damn it, Downcast, you beat me.
Haha.
She did.
And just think, I was over there. I was out fishing. Just think about that. I had to leave my fishing hole just come here for you.
Are you fucking mudcrab?
You fishing tonight?
I was. I made up some of the money that Mustangs spent. And then I went fishing because I figured I wouldn't go into another public dungeon until tomorrow.
8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That'll make 12. So that'll make 12.
Try again.
There it goes.
I don't want Furka to yell at me.
man.
Get out of there. Downcast, get out of there.
Panda! Sad panda.
Hey, Farka.
Hello!
How have you been?
I've been okay. I'm here. I'm alive.
That's always a good start.
I mean, I guess.
Unfortunately.
Hey, Squidward.
Wait, who said that?
It was Panda.
No one else is listening.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Yay, Otis is
Do we
back.
need a tank?
Well, I thought Tracer was on a tank from what Otis told me, and then...
He said he was either a tank or a healer.
Who's our other healer?
Well, he's on a Templar.
Is he on a healer now?
I guess. I don't know. You're the
Well,
one who
is
invited him
Face
and he talked to
Melter-
you. And Face
We have
Melter's
2
marked
other
as a healer.
healers.
Well, hold on, because that's what I'm trying to get to. Is Face Melter's... Face Melter's also listed as a healer, but he's not responding to me in chat, and he looks like he's actually a Sork. So...
And so is Tracer Vanilla.
Don't worry about it. Hold on. There we go. Freaking out too much.
They're on a Templar.
Yes, the other one is a Sork, so that's why I don't think he's actually a healer.
Oh no, I am not a healer. Sorry.
Okay.
I have that set up for just the random normals.
Okay.
But what about Tracer?
That's why I
Don't
thought
worry
he was
about
getting
it.
on a tank, and
Don't
he's on
worry
a
about it.
healer.
Stop freaking out.
Who's freaking
I'm
out?
just answering the question. Shit.
Exactly.
Keep
I
going.
didn't know we
Don't
couldn't have a
get
discussion.
Too excited.
My bad.
got
I'll mute
this.
myself.
Oh my god.
I'm not even
here we
commenting
go.
on things right now. I'm just
Stop.
gonna sit here and
See,
be
I
quiet.
told you I'd make her
Just gonna sit
cry.
here and
Just
be
give it a
quiet.
little while.
Stop it.
I'm not crying, but you can go to hell.
I'm already there.
Who is
I'm in
my
a
tank?
trial with you guys.
Who is my other tank?
That's what we're trying to figure out, dear.
Keep going. This is great.
We're not even in the trial yet, and we have chaos.
Not chaos, it's just a miscommunication.
So we need one person to tank.
Are we assuming Tracer is actually a healer then? And are they just choosing to ignore us? Or...
I'll fix it right now. Get in guild chat or get kicked from the group. That's simple.
No, stop. You don't need to be so.
Because they also have to be able to
Chill.
hear. They need to be able to hear, so that way they know that we're doing a speed run, no looting, and that Stella's blowing the horn.
It's fun. I got it.
What are we
You don't
doing?
have to be mean about it. You can just be chill.
Well, you throw me a half-formed group and don't tell me anything, and it stresses me out.
I
That's what happened
told
when
you
Fish
I was
casted it
going
to
to
me.
be back. You did not have to invite anyone
Alright,
else.
both of you stop it right now.
When I
Mother
am
has
logging
spoken.
off to reset like a
cringe.
glitch,
Hey, Nugget.
you don't have to invite anyone else.
Tracer is healing. Okay.
What's going on, people? Is it fun time?
Yeah, Tracer is the other healer. They said they're healing downstairs.
No, we have plenty of people that are tanks in the group.
I'll tank.
Overall.
Can you all hear me?
Oh, it's core.
I have no idea who that is.
I'll switch over to my tank if nobody else wants.
I got a baby tank. He's level 4.
We're-
Do you guys want me to get on that?
No,
We're
tanked
full,
here a
Dread.
lot. I've tanked here a lot.
Good. I'll go by myself.
Holy fuck, I'm getting the quick minute.
See, if my evil midget was as delightful as that little midget I hear in the background, this would be a non-issue and I could
Sorry,
be on
that's
all
my
damn day.
1-year-old.
Don't be sorry, that's delightful. Mine's a little asshole.
Yeah.
Wolf, why did you leave
Because
group?
he's switching
He's
to
gonna
the
tank.
healer.
He's switching
the
to
other
tank.
He's switching to tank.
That's cool. I didn't ask for that yet.
Oh, okay.
You said somebody needed a tank.
Y'all kept saying
you
somebody
said
needed a
someone's
tank.
We have plenty of tanks. You said we have plenty of tanks, and then he was the first one that said anything.
Okay,
No one else
y'all lead
disagreed.
this trial.
I
All
will
11 of y'all lead the trial.
invite
That'll
me
be
back
cool.
then. Just invite me back.
I mean, I had every intention of leading the trial tonight, so...
Alright, cool. I'm going on mute. Have fun.
Alright.
I mean, if it's a problem, we really don't have to do this.
It's no problem.
Like,
No, it's
really,
not a- it's not a
it's gonna be
problem,
like a
Stella.
fucking...
No, this is the regular thing these days.
Wolf, will you please get onto your tank?
Oh.
He's like, what?
Switch it to my tank. This is taking forever. Goddamn load screens. Oh, I lost one. Well, it happens. God damn. I don't understand why things have to take so long. I want it to be instantaneous. I logged out like I was supposed to. Did everything I should. I don't get it. I just wanted this to be a smooth one. That was too much to ask. And I really wanted to do it within a lift. Didn't want to have to tank it. But hell, I'll do it. I'll tank it. Oh, God.
Is Jesse still on?
I have no idea. I'll send him an invite. Save is already in a group. Steven's not on.
K-Bug's just in run, though.
Oh, they must be done with their run.
No, the rest of them are still in.
Oh.
He's not in there. No. Oh, hold on. Afterlife just switched from Keinsagus to Fragment. So I think they're like just. Maybe.
Where's the damn merchant? Oh, never mind. There it is.
How many times have you done Hellra?
Not enough, apparently. Not enough, sir. I need more training. And I didn't even need to get on there. That's Dookie sauce. Oh my god. What do you guys do with your soul gems? Like, this is getting ridiculous. I've got like 470 stupid soul gems.
Oh, he's still like
200.
I make a big soul gem castle with them. I'm about
You have
halfway
how
done.
many? 400? I
Yeah,
have
I
a
got like
lot more than you.
I keep
So what do you
1,000
do
in
with
the
them?
bank.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I keep,
What do we...
I keep 1,000 in the
I
bank.
keep about
and I keep
1,000 in the
2
bank, and then
stacks.
I keep a bunch on me.
Yeah.
That's not even counting the ones that I have in the bank and the ones that I have on a different character. Like,
Sell 'em.
what are you supposed to do with them?
Sell them to the merchant.
Throw 'em in the trader.
I have
no,
like
the trader, you can get like 10
I've got
to 12k a stack.
I've got 600 on me.
Well, what are they actually used for other than like reviving yourself and other
Charging
people?
your weapon.
Charging weapons.
Charging your weapons.
Oh, well, okay. That's, I mean, that's a reason to keep
How
200
long
on
have you
you, I
been
suppose.
playing this game?
Well, I mean, you know, like, I was asking in terms of, like, how come there are so darn many of them? That's ridiculous.
Because they're easy to get and you don't use them as much.
I see.
Even in a really bad group, like even in a bad hell route, it will take like 40 soul gems.
Gotcha. Aha.
Ooh, Jesse. Like I said,
That makes
10 to
sense.
12k in the trader. Easy. Because you've got like thousands.
Everybody's
4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, we're all in here now. Jesse, can you hear me?
They might still be over on loans.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Why are we not using continuous magic of detonation, man? Oh my goodness.
Because it's not that good in.
It looks
Not
pretty
massively
good.
anyway. Oh, it does a ton of damage. It's just in terms of constant damage output. Really.
Oh my stars and garters.
Plus, it's only good if you've got a huge amount of ads with you. Even if you're in a trial, they
Is
get burnt
everybody
down
here?
within a few seconds.
We're just waiting on Jesse.
Okay. You want to get your
Yep.
Yeah, where's the
sides?
downstairs group?
Yeah. Downstairs, stand over here. Wolf, will you tank down here? Or are you more comfortable upstairs? I don't know what y'all tank typically.
Or what do you prefer?
Say it, Wolf.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go then.
Alright, then you'll stand here, Wolf, on this side. Please. Downstairs over here, so Tracer and Pear will be over here.
Tracer can't hear us, but yeah.
2,
What personality is that pair? I want it.
Jester.
It's the Jester personality? Where do you get? Is that only on the Crown Store?
Tracer, will you stop running around and get on your
They
side,
can't
please? Because
hear
I
us.
can't. Why can't they hear us?
Because they never joined the chat.
Dun dun dun.
They said they were talking to Core, and we were like, who the hell is Core?
Where is it? I want it, pair. I want it.
It's not long before it's going to come back out.
Think?
Yeah, it comes with the Justice Festival. It's a couple of events away.
I want it.
Maybe in the next 5 to 6 months, maybe?
Tomorrow starts the Witches Fest.
Are you guys
Jesse, we're...
already in there?
Yeah, we're just standing in here right now.
Well, I've tried to travel like 5 times. It keeps taking me back to Artan.
Oh, that's weird.
you have to leave first.
Try traveling directly to the trial?
Are we not dying?
I just left the house. I'm on the screen. I think it might have been being in. Let's try now.
I'll be nice and I'll put my dog away.
Oh, thanks for reminding me.
My doggy's away. Is everybody in GC1 now?
That's what I'm whispering them, telling them I need them in chat.
How hard is it to fucking get in chat?
For me,
This
sometimes
is
very
ESO,
difficult.
right?
Oh,
Or like I
I'm not.
said,
I
they said
didn't
they
call
were
you
talking
up by
to-
name.
Probably in a party or something, talking to someone.
That's the best I got for you.
Did you guys see this house? They're selling for 14,000 crowns. This thing better be like.
No.
Wolf, Tracer, Krim, Stella, and who's this? Jesse, will you be downstairs group? The rest of us will be upstairs.
For sure, for sure.
We are not going to loot sacks or heavy chests. We're going to go in and get a speed run as fast as we can. When we go, after we split bosses and we come back together, everyone needs to stack on the diamond tanks. Do not pull. Stella's going to go and blow the horn, and y'all can aggro from there.
Oh, why do I have to be?
Okay.
Should be good. Okay. Serious feat.
Stack on door.
Oh, are we ready? Oh, shit. No.
I'm
you're
sorry. Yeah,
upstairs.
you're upstairs. I forgot y'all had said you wanted upstairs.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
this
Tracer.
and
Have
peace.
crushing shotgun.
We had this split.
I've got Christian shotgun.
Was it not even?
It sounded
It's hard to
even.
tell when
Said the right
people aren't
name.
standing where I tell them to go.
Hold on, I'm equipping
We'll be good.
the right gear for this.
Thank you, Jojo. I know.
We gotta go.
I was about to tell y'all to go anyway. It's fine.
Go.
The warrior and his army of old Yakuda claim the citadel of Helra. Leave and live. Trespass and
Even
die.
though you were raised as a
You
human
have
being.
been warned.
Here, I like your guar.
Oh, yes.
My soldiers
all
of
shiny.
sand and steel will strip your
Where did
If you
flesh.
this
get
one's
a
super
purple
cute and
horse?
shiny, you should see the non-combat outfit.
I got the same one last
Super,
night.
super cute.
I got a bear.
Oh, I wanted the bear. I got the guar.
Okay, if you
Okay,
got a poverty
last
pony,
one.
go ahead and go
Fine.
first.
We all
Not-
pretty much got here at the same time. I think we could.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. We're gonna go. We'll go to the brazier on the left side.
Hey Perry, you sure you don't want to do the rock strat like we did last time, dude?
No, I'm not even.
That was just depressing.
Let your tanks go ahead.
You have come farther than those
We had a lengthy
people on the
discussion
donkey,
about that.
but you will fall just the same.
Stack on the brazier.
Wolf, are you good main tank or do you prefer off tank? You main. I don't have the main set.
That work. Pear or JoJo, when y'all get the chance, will one of y'all type no looting in group chat for me?
I'll do it right now.
Y'all are both fast typers, so.
Boy, you get a load of me.
No, JoJo's a fast typer to the point that she can type Tato into group chat and then throw a potato.
Within like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I shot Tiff in the last week.
Everybody run back.
I was main tanking, and I started sending messages in the guild chat. She was like, "How are you doing that?"
My horn.
Yeah! Timed that perfectly.
Stella, you're on the wrong side of the boss.
I had that thing. That's why I'm sorry. I have still
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be on you the whole time, but don't get in front of the boss because it will kill you from that first attack. My home.
Don't forget, at 35% it's gonna spin. Make sure you're backed up then, or you will get exposed.
Hit it with a hard cast on crystal fragment. Son of a biscuit.
Oh, is that you? Is you the one hard casting?
I said I hate it when I hardcast a crystal fragment. Should not do that.
Warhorn.
Yeah, she just DC'd.
She just DC'd.
My horn. It's not 35%, is it? It's 30, and I always say it's 35.
I was waiting for you to say. On this post, 36.
Yeah, good. Back up. You're gonna get hit.
Anybody else have the baloney song in their head?
Jesse, you got exposed, Jesse.
I was backed up.
It's OSCAR.
Dread.
Yes.
I love you, but I'll kill you.
I do not
Yeah,
want
did
that
you get
song
my-
stuck
no,
in my
no,
head.
Jesse, did you get my res?
I don't know why. It just popped in the head. It was like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Band in Ghostbusters.
Stop it.
Remember, it's gonna spin again.
My own.
Oh no, you did not throw your sword at me.
No, I'm getting around when the boss is dead.
Oh, I thought I was outside of it. Ooh. Pretty close to it. Just a hair off.
Oh, shalock.
Right, go to your sides.
Oh.
If you're on the left side, you're downstairs. Go in.
Cool.
We have enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 4 or 5 of us over here.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, there's
Well,
6.
JoJo's.
Alright, we're good.
Just to say JoJo's going down.
No, JoJo's going up.
Okay, JoJo,
Otherwise,
come
we'd
up
have
with
to be
us.
waiting.
And thus your
Nope,
life
I got
comes
locked
to
out.
an end.
Go up.
Come up with us. Run all the way up to the stairs. I think JoJo's DCing again. She's just standing there.
Ah, they're coming after us.
Top team, if you can hit that beaver as quick as possible, be good. Oh, you already did. No, I was in my bench.
I was to say, what are you talking about?
I got that.
I just
locked
realized
for you guys.
I started the fight, started the challenge, didn't even clean out my inventory. It was full. Just lost 2k thunder. Again.
It's 2 nights in a row now.
No, actually, I forgot to say, last night's BSO, I only
Yeah.
went with 4k thunder.
What? 4?
Yeah, I
What
don't
the
know
hell
how.
didn't you?
I don't know. I just didn't pick up all the thunder apparently.
Ugh. How did you not pick up plunder, bro?
I'm not sure. That's what I'm confused about.
I'm really confused.
That's when you
how
know you're
didn't
too
pick
rich.
it up.
Sure you don't want to give me like a couple mil?
No, I
hold
definitely
on.
do to do, but fine.
Okay, hey, downstairs group, remember when you get to the boss, you need to focus the boss, not the Wawas.
No, I'm tanking down. I'm putting those followers on that
You
road.
know, Farka, that only happened one time,
I know.
okay? One
No,
time.
it's
One
not
time.
happened just
So
one
many
time.
times.
It's happened the last few times.
So
I don't know
Maybe
what you're
just
talking
one
about.
time for you, but
That's right. Just one time for me. Get it right.
I didn't call you out by name though.
Oh, well, I felt like you were speaking to my soul.
You know what? If you hadn't have said anything, nobody would have ever known, Dread.
Exactly.
Speaking of my soul.
Speaking to my soul. Ah, run.
Roll dodge
Ooh,
movies.
I got stuck on the stairs.
No, that's not allowed.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Where's my ass? There he is.
Die and die. It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Alright, enough of the karaoke.
Please. If you want to sing karaoke, I know a guild that's doing a karaoke night tonight.
Really?
Whoa,
That's
really?
not a joke.
About leaving a guild slot. I think about opening up a guild slot now. Keep it up.
Sounds amazing.
Ah, there's a lot of things coming my way. No.
My heart.
Just one night.
Couldn't pay me. Thing.
Well,
Shit, what the hell happened, Farka?
I couldn't roll dodge, I was stunned, and then he did his little stompy stomp.
Destro, sir. Yes.
She wants to go.
This is new. I don't normally aggro these destroyers like I'm supposed to.
That baby sounds so happy.
I wish I knew what babies were actually saying.
A lot of time we hear dad, 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 and then mom, 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 mom. But other than that, I can't really make anything out.
Say, I love
Happy
you.
baby.
You love me.
Hey, I thought we said no karaoke.
I'm saying what the
that?
baby's saying.
That's
Jeez,
legit
listen to
like
what I
the
said.
5th Barney reference I've had in the past 2 days.
I think I made a
Just trying
funny
to
reference.
make
You made
conversation with you like you wouldn't naturally, have a conversation. That's what they're trying to do. Like, oh, blah blah blah. Like just talking with you.
They're like, why are you ignoring me?
It's so cute. I love when they do the baby babble.
Burn in my flame.
Wolf, go ahead, Paul.
This is as far as you go.
Where are you going? Come back. Where the hell is it gone? What? My horn downstairs.
He ran.
Burn in our rekindled fury.
You burned in my rekindled.
Oh no. Jojo, are we losing you again? I think we are. We're losing Jojo.
Number 3.
We know of a replacement because we may need to. Like that.
Crazy, you could take you, man. Shoot.
How the hell does my well work?
We're
Someone
losing
downstairs have
Jojo
a
again.
taunt?
Yeah.
Someone downstairs has a taunt, right?
I should
Play
have.
stuff.
I've got a torment.
It's with the boss.
Yeah, I know, but I keep throwing taunt and then it ignores me and goes off to someone else.
I was like, what? I've got a tormentor out? What are you talking about?
No, a taunt.
Oh, okay.
3.
Number 3.
My horn does.
Horn upstairs.
Oh wow, okay, this whirlwind just wants to ignore me. Pull him up onto the hill and he's just like, nah, it's fine. He's attacking.
Yeah, it's kind of cute watching him bounce around. I mean, I know it's annoying you, but
Why? When I want him to do something and I expect him to do something, not ignore me while I'm wanting him to do that thing. What are you doing?
Number 3.
France.
Fire burns in you.
Gotta get the interrupts, guys.
So I asked Wolf if he had pushing shotgun.
Every day he's hustling. Yeah. Ah.
My horn.
Number
4.
4.
sent you upstairs?
49. My horn.
Hey, where'd he go?
What are y'all at?
We're done.
Oh.
You are 1 DPS down, of course.
Yeah. 3.
You want me to see if we can find a possible 12 DPS to come in?
Yeah, just to be on standby.
God, Fargo, those meteors are going right after you.
Yep.
Number 2.
2.
Yeah, you got one.
Okay. Tell them to hold on,
shit.
because we're in the middle of a fight. Save's good about getting a guild chat.
Hey, what's going on?
There you go.
Hey, Save, I'm in the middle of a fight and I've got crowns, so give me a second and I'll get you in here.
Yep.
Want to remove
Basically,
the
we've got someone that keeps DCing, so we're just filling in from that point. You've pretty much got an easy final boss call right now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was gonna join you guys, but I was literally right at the end of an HRC.
3.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw you in something. I was like, Save's in something. Steven's not on.
You should have just messaged him and be like,
Are we doing
"Use
the
that
hard
hell
mode
now.
for the extra
How is it
10k or not?
No.
No. This is a speed run.
Yeah, we're just doing a speed run for Stell. And plunder for everyone else.
Oh, that's my plunder.
I'm looking
I need
for
any
AY jewelry,
advances.
so I'm not.
That's what I need too.
Yeah, I need it.
AY rings and an axe.
I'll share whatever I get. You know, I'll give whatever to.
I'll take the plunder.
No,
Horn.
For taking you through a speed run.
no plunder whore. My plunder.
I was gonna ask a question to the end game healers. You guys gold out, or do you think I should go down Worm Colt on jewelry?
I don't know, I don't have anything golded out.
If you can afford it.
Yeah, I mean, if you can afford
can
your
afford it,
stuff
yeah.
to gold out, do it. I would gold out SPC and
Okay, no looting.
I think
Alright,
you're
cool.
thinking Winters first. Jojo, you think you're good now? I've got somebody on standby for you in case it won't let you back in.
We're gonna have to
I'm-
kill that.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
thinking she's gonna DC again anyway. to be honest. Seems very laggy.
Alright, everybody stack up
Watching
on
my
this
map and
diamond.
stuff anyway.
Okay, Jojo. We're gonna kill this ad and then everybody come stand over here. Don't loot the stuff.
I'm gonna have it face, just have it faced way away from those ads, so it's not AoE's being thrown that way.
Okay, everyone come stack here. I don't need anyone to touch anything. Stell, go.
Okay.
Wolf, you're gonna grab the gargoyles, I'll grab everything else.
Blowing the horn.
Do it.
These intruders are not worthy
here
of
they
the
go.
Master's blade. End them.
Hoping I get it this time.
Everybody
It's not
move out of the
it's not gonna show you the
you need to.
achievement. You're just gonna have to go into your journal to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look at
Yep.
Just watch, she's gonna check her journal in a second, and it's gonna say that she actually got it like 2 days ago.
No.
You just have to recheck.
No, I know I didn't get it the last time we were in here. Last time was a normal run. Yeah. It's just rushed. Oh no.
running this one back to you.
My own.
I'm JoJo DC'd again.
Thank you, Cobra.
Yeah,
I may have to send it to get though. Anyway, he said keeps me there.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Gargoyles.
You get an invite in about 30 seconds, okay?
Alright.
He was like, I don't believe you at all.
She comes back and we're like, never mind, we don't want you.
There we go.
I was wondering this whole time if I was JoJo or if there was another JoJo. School.
JoJo was our adventure.
JoJo gamer tag.
Do you like being called JoJo?
No, it's just people call me that in real life. Now I'm just
What's the time?
Lights coming.
We've got plenty of time.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, I got a ring off
Don't
of that.
loot
Let's
anything.
go.
Everybody
We're
run
at,
in. We'll have to
like-
wait for save to get in here.
We're at like 22 minutes right now, so we have plenty of time.
You say that now.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to. Don't say that. Like I want to get in here and let's get it done. So save. Run as fast as you can.
Run real fast.
Run, Forrest, run!
You'll be able to loot everything at the end, just like we are. So.
Yeah, the chest, nothing.
He's probably.
Expanded afterwards.
No, I won't. I only did that one time.
Then
And
you're
it wasn't.
shit.
It wasn't even.
Okay.
It wasn't even in here. It was in VSS, and we were gonna bring people in to loot the chests, and then I disbanded the group like an idiot.
Oh, big yikes.
Oopsies.
Yeah. Like
I got
Pear was
French horn.
looting the chest.
I was on
and
the chest. And
He
then
was like, "What the fuck?"
And it had done the one where it gives you like 10 seconds, and then it kicks
I
you
can't-
instead of giving us 2 minutes. It was like
I
extra.
can't
not
join
letting you
because
travel
I
in?
guess, yeah, I guess it's full.
Try it again.
It's gonna be too late if we wait for it to clear the instance.
Yeah, if it's gonna run past the time at that point.
Because it's like
we're
a
gonna need
5-minute
to
wait.
go. Yep, we're gonna
Sorry,
need to go
save.
then.
I was trying.
It's all good.
You can get one
Wolfen,
down.
On you,
Pear.
Wolf.
Cool. We're all in here.
I'm off.
The Shahai of a first-rank
Everybody stack up
Onsen
at the top of the
Sankakuda.
circle.
This
We have
warrior
a key.
Shahai is beyond first rank.
One on there.
Path weathers a rain of swords.
Carpet.
From Aegis to cudgel.
Okay, I'm lagging really bad.
It's not allowed.
Well, that's why I died.
That would be good.
I would love to not lag.
Just stop the back page. Just stop
My
it.
horn. Our block.
Jesus.
Now horn.
Look upon the blade and tremble.
I got in.
Yay!
Yay.
You won't be able to get in this room. Carpet.
Oh, we'll see about that.
No, the
He's
door's
like, I'll
gonna- the
glitch
door's locked.
through the door.
Gonna do one of those like old school cartoon things where it's just like a human shaped door for a wall.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
You see him come down through the hole in the ceiling right now. Drops in the middle of the ring.
Carpet.
Superman style.
The master draws his sword. Thousand cuts like whispers in the wind. The guard advances.
Tracer, do you want left or right side with Starfall?
I don't really care. Normally I just sit right here in the middle and heal everything.
Okay.
You take your normal fight then?
Yep.
The cat weathers a rain of swords.
My horn. Carpet.
Ooh, we might actually get the around. Ah,
No.
that's a scary book.
Hush. Carpet.
My own. Do we have a DK that's keeping it stone time?
Me.
Okay, I'll stop doing it.
In the wind.
Ah, shit, I probably should have switched to Rapid Strike then, but oh well.
No, it's all good.
Perfect.
Makes it saves the time for both of us. Trying to out-eat.
The sword sings.
Okay, get ready for Starfall. Soft stack, spread out.
The mountain falls.
Did you just say soft stack and spread out?
No, she said
Yeah.
soft stack spread out.
The hammer
Block.
blade sparks.
Oh man, I'm almost out of pot.
Ooh, what the hell?
Whoa, 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 what the hell?
Somebody grab it.
What the hell was that?
The boss decided to do 4 times die.
Oh,
Wow.
I really didn't like that.
My own.
The wave crashes.
We
All of you.
Execute!
Fuck.
Thousand cuts like whispers in the wind.
Can never get out of that one.
No! Oh, I went the wrong
Yay.
The serpent no longer clouds my mind.
Many good
Eyes
98.
clear. My sword will claim his neck.
Alright.
I made it in the room.
Yay!
Can you loot?
No, let him. 29 minutes.
Not bad.
Did they give you the achievement stuff?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Waiting for it.
Without Danasif and a mage. Fall in line behind me. I will
Should be
take
able to go in
charge.
your journal and see that you got the horn.
Time trial. They gave me the time trial.
Okay.
Make sure you keep the horn too, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for that. I have a feeling it probably won't. I'm gonna have to maybe write a ticket. Is it like it keeps me stuck there for a second, where it's just
Yeah.
like, come on, like,
That's
why
how
can't I
it
move?
works.
Why can't I move? Why can't I
Yeah,
move?
it does
That's
that.
how it does.
but
Yeah, it does.
It was.
That's what it does to
Complete everything.
everybody.
Did anybody get
You click on it and you get
advanced
stuck there
unique
for a few seconds, then you move.
Anybody get any AY jewelry?
Check.
What's
For
that?
wings?
Like,
Advanced
Yeah.
Yokita.
I keep getting Eternal Yukita.
This is fucking
Shit, man.
What do you need?
It's looking for advancing Yokita
I got a
jewelry.
ring for advancing.
Yeah, I just need the
Am I
2
here, the
rings
healer?
and then I finally got a full set.
I'll trade you.
That's what I need to.
I got
Speed
eternal.
Nice.
Who is it that had it?
Advancing.
Stella, did you get the horn?
No.
Oh
Are you sure?
I'm positive I can take a picture
I think that
and show
horn's still
you.
broken.
So
Yep.
it's still saying that you didn't get it.
Yep. All right,
send
send it
it
out.
out.
Send a ticket.
Yeah.
You've got proof you did it. We were there.
I've blown this damn horn quite a few
We
times.
got a video of you actually doing it.
Send
Do you have
a
a video?
Bitch,
Do you have
nothing
the
can be done
video?
about
Yeah, I mean, we streamed that.
Stupid necklace of.
I was sitting there
freaking
watching her
BO.
when she ran toward it, and then I heard it blow.
I would
This isn't 2015 anymore.
I would send it to Zos to get the achievement.
I'm gonna. This is just. This is the bane of my existence. This day.
All right, everybody reset. We got to do it again so she can get the horn achievement.
No, it won't happen.
Can we get more plunder if we do that?
I don't have
Oh,
time.
yeah, you
so
can
y'all
get
will
more
have to
plunder.
replace me.
You get plunder every time you come through here.
Yeah, you get
Tracy's
plunder every
looking for
time.
AOI.
You just don't get a
I'm looking
coffer.
for jewelry and an axe.
Of what?
Who gets a
I
coffer
need
anymore?
2 rings.
What's a coffer?
I got a ring. I'll trade someone when we're done looting.
Yeah, when we're done. Yeah,
Can I get it?
we should do it then.
Tracer wants it too, so ask for it.
They can have it, actually.
I get like my coffer once a week and then I never see them the rest of the week.
What coffer? I never heard of a coffer before.
When you do the quest.
The weekly coffer.
When you send the quest in, when you turn
I'm
it
just
in, you get a
that
coffer.
ignorant that I haven't been actually getting a coffer.
Well, when
As
you
long
turn
as
the
you do
quest
the
in
When
the
you turn the
first time
quest
each
in,
week.
that's
I think
Right,
he's
when you
saying
turn
that
the
he never
quest
actually completes the quest. Like
There's
he
a
always
quest.
gets
They
pulled
don't-
in the middle of the.
Yes.
He gets pulled in the middle and never actually completes.
One of those.
Well, now that I think about it, you guys, I think I did do the quest, so we're good.
I have like
It's once a
18
week on
of
each
those
character,
on this
right?
tune right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about switching tunes,
character,
but I was like, I don't
each
want
trial.
to switch. Make y'all feel bad. Or it'd make me feel bad.
Okay.
We got the speedrun. Done and done.
She got her speed run, yay! She just has to send the ticket in for her achievement on the horn.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I know Otis was talking about doing SO again.
Yes.
I don't
What's
remember
SO?
what else. SO.
Makes my video.
Yeah, we're doing
Oh,
this
okay.
VSO
At the
again
same
tomorrow.
time,
Yep, normal
No.
time.
Well, earlier than this, but same time as yesterday.
same time as
Same time as yesterday.
Yeah, as far as I
normal
know,
time.
that's an Otis question, I'm assuming.
the only reason I ask is I gotta kind of rush in from work that early. That's fine.
Well, be careful.
No,
Alright, guys, I gotta go put my daughter
I'm literally
down.
5 minutes
Thanks for
away.
running.
Okay.
Thank you
You gotta
for
put your
running.
daughter
Running with
down.
us.
Well, you don't have to do that. Just like put her to bed.
What did your daughter do to make you put her down? Like, damn.
So literal, dude. Jeez.
I put my son down to bed. I wish that NyQuil still worked on children. Oh my
Chloroform works on
If you give
everyone.
them
I
enough.
told you,
Oh,
whiskey
sorry.
works
Did I say
just
that
fine.
Yeah, you said that out loud, Krim. That was just wrong of you.
Oh, sorry.
Whiskey works
Shame
just
on
fine.
you.
What did he say?
I said if you give them enough.
Oh, well, yeah.
It'll definitely work.
Stella,
do
Panda,
that,
Dread,
Jen.
Tracer, and Jesse all got new high scores with Colorado.
Yay!
Yes, yes, I did.
Yeah.
Getting better.
At least on my
You're pretty
healer
good on
then.
the vitality as well.
I feel like it's directly related
Yeah.
to the practice I've been putting on my DPS dummy.
I didn't
Look
I
at you.
didn't actually look at the vitality, but we had quite a fair bit.
I think
of
we
that.
only had like 4 deaths, if that.
was it?
Thank you. That was really fun.
3 or
That was
4.
I
nice.
actually did not die on the last boss. That's unusual for me.
No, you let it
That's-
kill me.
Progress.
I got a question. Does
That's
my
true.
healing thing, this thing right here,
He
does
set
this
it
give you guys
loose on
buff
you is
resistance
what
as
he
well?
did.
He
Because I know it
did,
does
he-
for me.
That
That's
was
usually what Pear does.
that was a
but
strange
no,
lost
we'll
aggro.
kick her
I
ass.
had just aggroed that motherfucker and he still moved on you. I don't know what caused that.
I don't know, but he came over and kicked my butt.
Well, you must have pissed him off. It was your fault.
What about your healing thing? Who was that anyway?
Tracer.
Oh, okay. Your name
The
didn't
little
pop up. I
circle.
was like, that's not Dread.
Yeah. Does it buff everybody else's resistance besides just mine? I never did actually look at it.
Which circle? For what?
This one.
I can't see you. I'm not in the trial anymore.
Oh man, I don't even know. I have to look at
You know, this
that one, damn it.
You know this one, the one we're looking at right here. Don't you see
Which
this
one are you looking at? I'm
Say the
so
name.
confused.
Say the name.
I'm just gonna
say the
read
name
it.
of the skill. Say the
Oh,
name
I
of
gotta
it.
find
We'll
it.
know.
I gotta find out. Hold on.
Hey, who was it that needed the
Channel to
advanced Nikita
focus.
stuff?
No,
Tracer
that is,
does.
that is
No.
solo.
That's just
That's
you.
a self buff.
Tracer?
I know.
We
yeah.
we
I
don't
need
even
2
see
rings
the
and axe.
AOE. Like the little
I do.
AOE that you put on the floor, we don't even see that spawn.
Now, if you're wearing Winter's Embrace, then you can turn that self buff into a group buff because it'll trigger Winter's Embrace.
Yeah, but it doesn't give the resistance buff.
Channel
No, it
to
doesn't
focus,
give
that's
the
what it is.
resistances, but it will heal the group using Winter's Embrace.
Oh
You
no,
don't
it's
have to use
only
that.
mine 'cause it says
It's
yours.
any ground AoE that does that.
It is
Yeah.
any ground
Any ground
AoE.
skill.
You don't have to use
That's
Yeah,
what
that.
channel is
But
solo.
That's why you should
It's still a great
Use-
skill.
well you should use it for winters. It should be
No, I
weapons
just
and
need
jewelry,
the
so you
jewelry.
can use
I have the
one
mace
ground skill
already.
on each bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can
I don't
place
have
it
it
kind of like
tagged,
Olo.
One ground.
Let me double check.
Yeah, like on the bar, the weapon, the lightning staff of winters. You should only have one ground ability on that bar, so that way you can place winters where you want and control it with that ground skill.
Yes.
So, like, if I had winters on my warden, I would put it on the bar with my healing springs. Not my healing springs. I'm sorry.
The mushrooms.
With my mushrooms, so that way I can place it
It
with
let- no,
mushrooms.
I can't even remember what the skill is.
I don't remember what it's called. It's got mushrooms on it.
Mushroom skill.
On a
Yeah,
Templar,
your mushroom
you
skill.
a shard sets it off too.
A shard can set it off.
Just
On
research.
Templar, about 6 different
Blood
fucking
altar
things
as
set
well.
it off. Like
Yeah,
every
yeah, that's
fucking
true.
thing
That-
I use on my
that's true.
Templar
That's-
sets it off.
That's why you should only have one of those skills on the bar with the lightning staff.
I
of
disagree.
winters.
I use it differently.
no,
we just
it's-
use it differently.
It's so you can control where you're
Yeah,
placing
so
I
it.
can
If you have
control where I'm
700
placing
skills-
it by using the skill I want to use.
Anyway. But yeah.
You off to work now, yeah?
Yep. I don't know
Thank
if
you,
you'll do anything
Franca.
else. I
It was
pissed
fun.
Otis off, so, you know. So I'm glad you got your speed run. Sorry that your horn thing is being stupid.
My horde is broke.
Maybe you didn't blow it hard enough. You put your lips
You
around
wrap
it,
your
something?
lips around it.
Did you wrap both hands around it?
You grasp it.
That was good. That was
Wow,
real good.
this is wow.
Hi, Necro.
Did you
Welcome to
squeeze
Killjoy.
it, Stella? Did you grasp
Look.
it firmly and squeeze?
I know how to blow
Maybe
a
she
horn.
doesn't know how
I've done
to blow
been
properly.
blowing the horns. Okay, been blowing horns. Blowing
And
all
you
the
deserve
horns.
an achievement for that.
I do.
Damn
a
straight.
trophy.
I
How much
really
blowing
fucking
you do?
do. I really fucking do.
I mean, that almost is
Alright,
warranting like a
guess.
Joey thing, like, how you doing?
Really deserve an achievement for it. I'll make a trophy for myself.
Wow. A paper mache one with a smiley face on top or
Yeah,
something?
no, there's a trophy store down the up the road. I'm gonna go
Oh,
make
you
a
can
real
actually
trophy.
make one?
Mhm.
Yes, do it.
Like, I
Have one
wanted
made
to
in
And
the
it's gonna be of
shape
her
the
grabbing
war
a horn.
No, yeah, have
I
it made
wanted
in the
to
shape
say
of the war horn.
first place horn blower. You heard me.
Yes.
Is that what
Alright,
you're gonna
I'm
tell
outta here.
us?
Oh, you play an instrument, ma'am? Something like that. Yeah, sure.
Guitar and piano.
God, I hope my oldest child is sleeping. has school tomorrow.
That's a big hope.
Yeah, he is. They're goofing off.
I'm awake.
Quiet, she won't know I'm awake.
Tracer, where you at?
When you're awake, kid.
I'm coming to you, I think. Yeah, I'm literally running towards you. Ta-da. Thank you, good sir. I need one more ring and an axe, and then I finally have the set.
No problem.
Finally got my dagger the other day. It only took 3 years. Let's see. Merchant. How do I not have a merchant slotted? Oh, they got set up for PvP, probably that's why. Oh. Systems.
Oh wow, Miley Cyrus is gonna be doing Metallica song.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I guess she...
Yeah. Well, that concludes the trials for the evening. We got our plunder. I forgot to put the plunder in the god. I need to do inventory management. There's going to be a whole lot of boring going on here in the next few minutes. I'm going to be doing real in-game shit here. That's, you know, decorating my house. But I'm going to be...
So you ever here? One of the two.
I'm half expecting that to happen, to be honest. I'm half expecting maybe 30 seconds and then just back out. But I'm not ready for this. The world is not ready for this. Get rid of it.
Are you ready for this? Dun dun dun. No. No,
Nope.
I'm not.
Bury it deep with all the other memes about her.
Anyone doing anything for Halloween?
Not really.
Does ESO
Wrong
count?
thing. I meant to put lock.
I mean, no, I meant spirit of the season. Are you doing anything special?
ESO?
I mean, yeah, I count ESO as something very special, so I'm
Okay,
gonna
you know
still
what?
say
Whenever
ESO.
y'all Halloween haters, I get it.
Not Halloween
I'm a-
haters. It's just
I'm
I
not
got
Halloween
nothing to do. I don't
people.
got kids. I mean,
Not as
I'm a
excited for
people hater.
Halloween as I am. It's okay.
I like
friends all work.
I like the
crazy,
fact that
so-
people get excited for it.
I get excited
I like,
for Halloween.
you know, I like how people go overboard and do up their houses and stuff like that. I think it's kind of
I
fun.
mean,
It's just I'm not
my-
the sort of person that actually does.
Yeah. My home already is spooky, so it's not like anything. I don't have to decorate too much, but
I had a friend that used to do a, you know, Link from Beetlejuice, how up in the attic they have the town in model form? She had her town in model form, and it was all like Halloween style. Like all of the mini houses had been fitted to have Halloween decorations on them.
that sounds cool.
It was the greatest thing. She always got it out every year. She had like ghost trains going through it and things like that. Not my sort of thing, but I enjoyed the fact that she enjoyed it.
Right. I wanted to do that with, my son has this Warhammer model kit,
Yes.
and it's a home, it's a house, like a little part of a town, and it's not done yet. He didn't finish putting it together, but I was thinking, well, I'll finish it and then I'll paint it up to be part of a Halloween, because some of those sets can work.
They're high quality, yeah.
For like a Halloween town or a spooky town, like it's not just
No, they definitely could.
Oh, you could even do a Christmas town with some of those places. Like, think of the little tavern. Like, we could build a little tavern set and then have like little.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a little place for that.
You should do it. And if he disagrees, you should just go get another one. Just
Oh
just
yeah,
get
no, I'm just
many
gonna
of
go
them.
get. I'd probably go get.
Yeah, just do it.
Then I have to borrow his paint.
Make your dreams come true.
Yeah.
He's got the paint.
We'll just ground him and then take them from him as punishment.
You're grounded. Why? Because
Because you wouldn't
did
give me your
something.
paints.
Because you did something. I'm taking these. Because you did something.
What is that something? It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You know what you did.
You done fucked up. Well, I don't even know what I did. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
game over, man.
Why are you taking my paints though? Don't question.
No back chat.
Yeah, no back sass, kid.
Jeez.
I'm trying to get in trouble. No, I'm sorry. That's what I thought.
Keep talking. I'm gonna take that set over there that you haven't opened yet. Keep talking. God, that'd be terrible.
Be amazing. Most confused form of punishment ever.
Yeah, exactly. My mom came in here and punished me for something, I don't know what, and then she took my paint and my model kit, and I don't know.
No, you should definitely do that though. Like painting up the
Yeah.
house and stuff. That'll be cool. But anyway, I am disappearing now. I'm
Well,
going
thanks
off
for
mic.
running. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for
See you
having me,
later.
guys.
How'd you get it? Nice and easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if there's anything anyone needs help with, and out.
Yep. Catch you later.
See you later.
I do need to get God Slayer tonight. You up for that? It's like, did you say no sleep ever? For 3
That ain't
months?
gonna. That ain't gonna happen with me helping you. Good luck with that.
Right, same.
You may find a good group and carry me through that, but yeah.
I don't know, eventually my core will probably God Slayer at some point. We're still trying to get through frickin' B-Mall. We just gotta get our team consistent and quit having subs every week. That's literally what's killing us. I've already done it 1,000 freaking times, but half of our core hasn't, so I can do it in my sleep now. So what are you doing for Halloween?
I think I'm gonna just do something for the kids, you know. I mean, I have a costume in mind and make
That'd
like
be cool.
spooky Pillsbury Halloween dinner recipe, you know.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Like mummy dogs and whatnot.
All I heard was food and I got excited.
I know. Well, we're not gonna take them trick or treating because of COVID.
I still wonder. I says your resistance, but I wonder if it will buff someone else's as well. I think I'm gonna make my damn lid into a Stamplar. Just transfer over all the skills. That's not bad, it's only 11:11.
Well, thanks for running. I'm gonna go pop off and do something.
Same, I'm probably gonna go to Overwatch, rage a little bit, then get mad, then get back on this game.
Cool. I'll see you later.
See you later.
I'm sorry, I didn't see you say you.
That's alright. Did you get stuck speaking to that person?
No, I'm sitting here decorating back in the.
Shit, how much food did I make? To make that much goddamn food. I can move my back to the way I like it. Are you streaming, Lone Wolf?
Oh. Yes.
Huh?
Yes, I'm streaming.
Did you want to run anything? Like I said, we could random queue if you wanted to run something.
Is it just
Oh, I
us?
can heal.
Hmm?
I'll
Heal?
heal.
I thought you were a tank.
Yeah, well, I am, but I also have a healer. I want to use them. I can tank if you want.
He's getting tank sickness. I can hear it in his voice.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just saying, I have a healer. I want to get
Yeah.
okay at healing. So if we're doing random
I know how that
bullshit.
goes.
No, you know what? No, hold on. I'm gonna tank. I have some dungeons I need to do for achievements still.
I just, you know, if anyone wants to do anything, we don't have to, just, we're here, so if there was anything you wanted.
I need to finish decorating.
Okay,
do
then
Way
okay.
West Sewers 2.
You decorate.
God damn it, that. I mean, you could help.
I'm gonna go do some. I gotta go. I actually do have to collect mats, jewelry mats, because I need some gold plating, and I'm not paid for it. So I'm gonna go do that, and yeah, wait for Tom to come on and see what happened there. You know if K-Mark needed to do anything tonight?
I have no clue. I haven't
You
heard.
know what? I'm gonna do some battlegrounds.
BG? Oh, I have a lead from the trial.
I couldn't buy the motherfucker.
What?
There was a lead that you can buy in that trial, and I couldn't buy it. I'll have to go back and get it.
Oh, you could buy one?
What I said.
Really?
The green lead.
Oh. Was it for like a map, like the map or whatever?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, I think you
Vintage
can get
map
that,
of Craglorn.
Right. I think you can get that at the tavern too in Craiglorn. In what's that town? You know.
In Craglorn?
You know the town, the main town in Craiglorn.
Yeah. Craglorn?
In Craiglorn, I think you can get it in that tavern. Oh, that's funny. Oh, here comes the rain. And the rain, rain, rain came down, down, down. How was I working on the other day?
You have got to be kidding me. I just ran out of room for traditional furnishings in my fucking house. I just hit 700 items.
Wow.
What the ever-living fuck? I have all this shit I can put down. Can't put. Got a readable book. Fuck. Well, that does it. I just gotta pull.
My queue pop is taking forever.
Try it again. Just leave and then come back.
I've already done that.
How's the baby lizard today?
Doing good. It's sleeping on top of his little cave right now.
Cute.
I think his birthday was some point this month. They didn't know his exact birthday, just how many months he was, so...
Oh.
It's whenever I decide it is. It'll be tomorrow. You know what? His birthday's tomorrow. There's somebody with the guar.
They're so
It's so
stinking
cool.
cute. They're so stinking
I'm pissed.
cute.
I'm fucking pissed.
What is that noise you're making? Disapproving grumbles.
I hate decorating.
Well then, stop decorating and do stuff. Maybe get my poking stick. Hey you, do stuff. Look, Marlon's asking if anyone wants to do something crazy. Water hyacinth.
Oop, there it goes.
Okay, so you've reached your limit with decorating. Is there anything you want to consider removing to put something you might
Yeah, I'm
better?
gonna have to move shit.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah, I'm not moving anything right this second because everything is absolutely perfect. There's nothing that is out of place at this house at all in any room. It is all in perfect order. You couldn't suggest to move anything, any place at all. I'm sure of it.
No, I mean, like, is there anything that you want to take out that you can replace? You know what I mean? With something that you might like better.
No, I just placed a bunch of new stuff in here tonight. That's part of the problem. I now have a dining hall.
Ooh. I'll come check out after I'm done doing what I
think you might like it. It's a quaint little
for reminding
corner.
me. I have to put my
I need to go buy some crystals.
Some crystal.
I very much like it. I think it's perfect for the season. Actually, it's nice. It came together quite nicely. Upper right hand balcony, by the way.
Okay. The balcony.
Inside. Of course.
Balcony is a funny word. You know? Like couch. Disapproving huffs. You did, Colossus. You did. How's Penelope today?
Doing good.
Are you going out this weekend?
I mean, I haven't really thought about it.
Hmm. Woohoo! Found what I was looking for. Okay. Sorry, I'm here. Messaging my friend Monica, she sent me a funny meme. Oh, you got the pack! I just burped. Oh man, I wanted that pack. That looks really cool.
I made the Sith's seat as your seat.
It's amazing.
And mine is the Mad God.
That's funny. It won't let me. Am I sitting down on your screen? Because on my screen,
Yeah.
I'm not. Okay. That's so cool. It also looks like a little game, tabletop gaming. You know, like the
Yeah, there's
farm.
actually in my mind there's a little story happening right here, but I didn't want to. I won't get into that and kind of nerd them.
It's all right. Go on. Don't.
Well, I mean,
I have this
at
for the
either
pre-order.
end you have at one end you have Shag Gorath, and the other end you have Sithis. And on this end, you have Nocturnal, whose back is to Meridia.
Yep.
And standing between them is Debella. In my mind, they all tie together. It all ties together.
Right. Right.
Then you have Azura standing with her back to Molag Bal, and between the two of them, you have Vivek and Sotha, and Vivek has obvious ties to Molag Bal, as does Sotha, I believe, to Azura, but I don't remember. We're gonna say it's that way, and then you have Hircine and Clavicus Vile, who both have dogs on either side from each other.
Right. We're both dog lovers.
So you know, in some ways, it's kind of like you got kind of the good guys on one end and the bad guys on the other end, but at the same time, you got the Mad God at the head of the table, and all of them are crazy to start with. And the two in the very center are actually formerly mortals. So I mean, I don't. I didn't write a whole thing out, but it just made sense to set them in that pattern.
I like it. I like this area. Very nice.
Isn't Debella the one? Is it Debella or Nocturnal that created vampires?
Nocturnal, I believe.
I don't remember either.
Wait.
Oh my god, I'm tired. I'm gonna have to go to bed early tonight. I've been staying up way too late. I'm thinking about going ahead and crashing. It's almost 11.
Yeah. I know, it's...
Oh my god. I can't stop yawning. I can't do it, guys. I've decorated till I can't decorate anymore. And, I gotta get off here. I'm done. I'll be done for the night. It's been fun. We got what we wanted to do done. We'll be back another day. Peace out.